This week was super cool to learn about virtual reality and how it worked. During this week, as I learned from the book, it was a little bit rough to figure out how it all worked, but it started to click after I looked up a bunch of YouTube videos. And basically the way that virtual reality works is you put on a headset that has headphones most of the time that controls the surround sound and how it all works. And the headset has a whole bunch of these little optical sensors that is picked up from external motion trackers. Now there are a different couple of types of way people use virtual reality. The first one that I found out about is watching 3D videos. So there's all sorts of these 3D cameras and it films in 360. So you have one camera is filming this way and the other camera is getting everything this way. And as you can put your phone and look on these videos on YouTube and put them inside a virtual reality headset. And as you move your head, you're looking around the camera and the sensors know the rotation, the phones know the rotation of where you're looking. It's not always perfect, so that's why I found about the HTC Vive headset, which has little optical sensors all the way around its headset. And as you look, it's being picked up by 4 different motion trackers. Each motion tracker can tell where the headset's looking. So my friend actually bought one of these headsets and the quality is nuts. But you're confined to this 10-foot space, and the last scene that they stuck me in was this museum, and as I looked at the walls, it was just a huge hallway. As I'm standing there, because I can't move, as I'm standing there, this T-Rex walks out from behind the hallway, and it's all the way down there, and it looks at me and it turns and starts to come towards me. And as it gets closer, the T-Rex is getting bigger and bigger, and it really tricked my mind into the graphics were amazing too. So it really looked like I was there. And as it got closer, it just stops right in front of me, and I was terrified because it felt so real, and it just lets out this huge roar. And through the headset, it felt completely real. It was totally loud. There was so much going on, and I was so freaked out, and it just steps right over me, and then that was the end of the simulation. If you go to a place, if you look up the Void, at the Void, they built the scenery around you. They've made it so that as you put on the headset, whatever you're seeing is completely interactive in the environment. So if I'm in some ancient ruins and there's a waterfall falling through it, they've made it so that as I walk up to the waterfall, they're spraying mist. In real life, they're spraying mist at you to feel like you're actually there. If I go up to a torch that's on the wall in a cave, I could touch the cave wall because they built the cave wall. And then I can look up to the torch, and as I put my hand closer to the torch, they have a heater. This I could see a benefit through like training the military. What's it going to be like if you're actually in war? Flight simulators, which they already have. So all these things, but the Void was just like so cool to look up, and one day I actually want to test it. That's the next generation of virtual reality. The problem with this though is that I feel like the newer generation already has a hard time focusing and being in real life. What's it going to be like as soon as this technology starts to take off? Is the generation going to stop going outside and experiencing? Because why would you go through all these hardships, these trials? Why would people see poverty or any kind of thing like that and not, why would they go through that life and when they have this fake life? That's where I think the disconnect's going to be with this generation, is that they don't have to live life when they can just live a fake life. And so I think mentally that's going to mess with the generation. They're already fragile now, but what are they going to be in the future? So those are my concerns with this. That's kind of how I think virtual reality has evolved, where it's come from. It's been amazing to see the tech and how it's been progressing, but I still fear sort of where it's going to take the next generation. Are they going to take it too far? Is it going to mess with our brains, you know, physically? So that's my take on virtual reality. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next project.